Hey everyone, welcome back to Patriot Ridge Farm. It's Mike, and yeah, I've been a little bit, been busy. So the piglets, I just got them weaned, and they're all in there eating now. So I got Mama Pig moved today. That was fairly easy this time, believe it or not. Went ahead and moved these shelters around a little bit, get them out of the mud and stuff where they were setting because we had a lot of rain. So I threw a couple bales of hay, one in each shelter there for them. And we got Mama's paddock. It's been done. Had to run an extra 100 foot of hose out here to get her water and her feeder, get her water filled up. So the new paddock that she's in is right here. Moved her feeder here. So I use these 100-gallon Rubbermaid tanks or totes, whatever they are. Pretty rigid. And the pig nipples that I use are Trojan brand. I know that sounds kind of funny, but Trojan brand is the one that holds up the best and has held up the best. It's the original ones that I got when I first got the pigs, and I've had zero issues with them. The others, I need to probably tighten that up just a little bit because it's a little drippy, but it's got gaskets that seal between, so they don't typically leak, and they're pretty good and sturdy. So she moved relatively easy. I just opened up the gate, removed the electric, and started feeding her at the gate, and then eventually moved it over here, and she came right out. Took about 20-25 minutes, but she's happy now. She's been chowing down on a bunch of grass and everything. So if you don't think pigs eat grass, let me tell you something. Give them the opportunity and watch what they do. She's kind of staying close here next to the piglets, but she's been moving around and kind of exploring a little bit. She's got about 2 acres of new paddock for her right now. Now the plan is in the next week or so, or by this weekend, we're going to get a 6-foot gate put in from where Peppa and Pee-wee are down at the bottom. I think I showed you that in the last video, to get them moved into here as well. And that way they can all three be in here in a new paddock. And this paddock here where they're currently at will get rest for the winter. Now the piglets, I pull up a bunch of grass and throw in here and they chow down on it. They love it. So hopefully we get started on their new paddock this weekend, which will encompass clear out there. You can see where the field is out there. It'll encompass all of that and then down, and they'll have every bit of 2 acres, if not a little bit more, for them. So they're all kind of hanging out here close to the fence. Coke is really moving down now. She's starting to figure out that she's got a whole big area to roam in, and she's really enjoying the greenery because she's just, like I said, she's chowing down on it. And I always pull a bunch of grass for the piglets, and they really like it too. So giving pigs the opportunity, they will eat grass, they'll eat roots and bugs and grubs and everything. So don't deny your pig the ability to have grass. All right, so get the next paddock built. We'll get the piglets moved in that, hopefully within the next couple weeks. They are 9 weeks old tomorrow. We hope to be able to get that done within the next couple weeks if all goes well. So the boom mower that I put on a tractor, I've used it, and I got the driveway done. I need to go back and just touch up a couple places on it. I went ahead and got out here along the edge of the field where we're going to build the new piglets paddock where it's going to run. I'm actually going to let them come into the field a little bit, that way they've got a flat area to get into there. And they liking them apples, are they? That little black piglet right there, she got an apple. Our apples are ripening, so Emily brought a couple of them out here, and
she's not sharing.
Hey, you know, that's like the universal pig right there with an apple in its mouth. Nope. Oh, they love it. All right, so, and we've got a bunch of squash that we'll be harvesting probably, what, October? So, I just had a bite of apple. It's really good. Not the one the pig has. So probably by October, 1st of October, we'll be harvesting a bunch of the squash. We'll be giving it to the pigs and the chickens and stuff. And that was part of all of that. Next year, I really think I'm probably going to plant a bunch more corn. I didn't do it this year, but I think with having the pigs and stuff now, and we've got 12 pigs now. We've got 4 adult pigs and 8 piglets. So probably going to plant some field corn, some Bloody Butcher again, some I think it's Reed's Yellow Dent and some Bloody Butcher, and I may throw a couple different more field corn varieties in there. Try to stick with a heritage breed or a heritage corn. not a huge GMO type corn, and maybe even some sweet corn. I don't know. Ouch! Oh, daggone, that hurt. I hit my funny bone. You heard that too, didn't you? No, I took the hitch out. I usually find the hitch with my shin on the back of my truck, but I just found the metal corner of my bed right here with my funny bone. Daggone, that hurt. So, you know, hopefully, probably going to go through with ordering the high tunnel tomorrow. And hopefully it'll take, I think they told me like 2 to 4 weeks for them to get it. And then it's a 3-hour trip, and I'll pick it up at their place, and they'll load it up for me and everything. So we can get started on that. And that'll hopefully give me time in the interim to get the new paddock done for the piglets, and we can hopefully get them moved during that time. I'm building a chickshaw right now, another chickshaw. I'm going, the first one I built was a 6x6, and I've got the Delaware broilers in it in the orchard. And the one I'm building now is a 4x4, 4 foot by 4 foot. And the Niederrheiners, the dark Cornish, and the other Delaware broilers that I'm currently raising for breeding to crossbreed all of them. I'm going to put them in it, put them in electric netting, get them out on grass, because I've been free feeding them and they're tearing the food up. My God, they're going through so much food, it's ridiculous. So, well, there's 22 chickens in that coop, so they're going through a lot of food. So I want to get them on the grass and let them finish out for the season, at least on the grass and stuff. And then once we get the high tunnel done, then the chickens and the rabbits all go in. All the chickens and all the rabbits go in the high tunnel, and I'll separate, you know, the chickens with the electric netting inside and let them scratch and poop and everything. So we got the soil analysis back from that, and it's just lacking phosphorus. That's the big thing. And they recommended a chemical phosphorus, and I'm not going to use chemicals. We're not going to do that. I can use bone meal. You know, we burn a wood stove through the winter. I can throw wood ash in there. That'll help with the phosphorus. And with the chickens and stuff and the rabbits in there, all that's going to help replenish all that. It is a lot of clay. I'm probably going to have to do a light till or a low till down to about 4 inches in there anyways. Where I really don't want to, but I'm going to have to. And then we'll just mound up our compost and everything in there in the rows and stuff, and that's what we'll grow in. So that's the plans for next spring. I got ordered 75 Cornish cross a couple months ago. I got 77 of them yesterday. They're in the brooder, and I hope in the next 2 weeks I got to move the chicken tractors. It's in the middle field out to the back field, because I really want to run them out there. I've not had any chickens out there on that meadow yet. And the guy who cuts my hay is like, man, he goes, I don't know what comes out the back end of them chickens. He said, but you need that on all of your fields. He said, that's great stuff, because it really does. It thickens it up. It makes it really lush, and makes it really green and stuff. So it's a good quality hay where the chickens have been. So I want to get them in the back meadow, and there's never been chickens on it, so it'll be beneficial to them. The paddock where we just moved Coke to right here, never been grazed, never had pigs on it. We've had the property for 20 years now, and you know, other than a couple chickens, pigs we got how long have we had pigs now? Has it been 2 years? Year and a half. So we've had pigs a year and a half. Yeah, okay. So we've had the pigs a year and a half now, and every ground that we've put them on has been virgin ground for them. This is virgin ground here that Coke's got, that Pee-wee and Peppa will join her in hopefully in the next week or so. And then where the woods and the part of the meadows and stuff like that where the piglets are going to go is all virgin ground. So, and it really needs pig attention. So we're really looking forward to that. And as much as these little piglets love the green grass, I'm really excited to get them out there. All right, recent storm we had Saturday. We come back from the beach after family vacation. We came home into, 2 inches of rain at least in a very short period of time. It washed everything out. The whole hollow there was hillsides that slid down and stuff going up the road up here. Neighbors hillsides kind of slipped down, blocked ditches up. It washed blacktop away. I mean, it was just an absolute mess. And again, for the 4th time in like 2.5 weeks, I've had to go down and regrade the entire driveway all over again because water runs downhill. And whether you got a ditch or not, you got a big open surface there, water's going to run down it. So I had to go down and fix it. And it was after dark when I finally got off the tractor and got it fixed up enough to get it, you know, up out of the road and everything. So, and with that, in recent weeks, we've had several storms where it's knocked out electricity, knocked out internet and stuff like that for a lot of folks. We've not had any issues, I believe it or not, which is very surprising. We used to have electrical outages all the time when we lived in a trailer on the front part of the property, and long durations of electrical outages. But there was one cause of that, and they kept giving me that excuse is it's the triple phase or the 3-phase at this one location that was always blowing or going out and stuff like that, and they would just go and do a quick repair on it. They'd never replace it. And after we spent 38 hours without electricity that one time after that Derico, I called Public Service Commission. I'm like, every time we have an outage, it's this 3-phase or triple phase, whatever they call it, I can't remember. And the Public Service Commission got involved, made them replace it. And we've not gone, at best, 10 hours without electricity when that big storm came at one time. Jonas, was it? So, and that was the longest, and everybody was out then. So, and thank God we had the standby generator because that thing is a lifesaver right there. Another great investment that we decided we would do when we built the house and everything. And it was 2015 when we put the generator in. 2015 when we put the generator in. 2016 we put the generator in. So definitely good pre-planning on that. Yeah, it's pricey, but believe it or not, it's worth it in the end, because when you've got the freezers and stuff like that, and the groceries and the meat and stuff that we have, you know, including chickens and everything else, you want to maintain your electricity. So with the recent outages and stuff like that, just getting on social media, it is absolutely clear that people are just not prepared for just the simplest things. So, you know, electrical outages, internet outages, people are losing their minds over internet outages, specifically people who are gamers. And it's like, for the love of God, do you not have anything else to do? Is that all you do? You game. I can't watch Netflix. I can't watch YouTube. I can't game. I can't do this. I can't do that. The electric out, it's so hot. It's just, man, we're so used to the creature comforts that we've just been completely ruined by them. And people just are not prepared for any kind of little emergency. They have no preventive planning in place or anything like that. Everything's crisis intervention, or it's just complete and total whining. And you know, while it does create a hardship, if you're prepared for those kind of things, and you have alternate forms of heat, alternate forms to cool yourself, of lighting, you know, of just anything like that to tide you over until they return. I mean, you know, come on. A day? Can you not go a day without electricity? We spent 4 days at the cabin. 3 days. So 3 days we spent, 3 nights we spent at a cabin at Cumbrebo State Forest, and it's a pioneer cabin. It's completely off grid. It's got natural gas lights. It's got a hand pump well, and it's got a wood cook stove in it. The kitchen has a wood cook stove, and it's got a fireplace. And it actually got down in the 40s 2 nights we were there, and we actually had to light the fireplace and the cook stove, and we cooked on the cook stove, on the wood stove every day. And it wasn't hard. Having the natural gas lights in the house, they were just like Coleman lantern, like the old mantles type. And I mean, they gave light, but hell, I got oil lamps in there, give off as much light, if not more, than those things did. And it was not a terrible experience. It was a great experience. And my mom was even like, my mom's 84 years old, and she's like, I don't know why you'd want to do things like that. She goes, why would you want to go to a place that doesn't have electricity and running water? And I'm like, Mom, you grew up like that. And she goes, well, I know I grew up like that. And she goes, I don't want to go back to it. So, but it was a good experience. The kids really had a good time. It kind of unplugged us all. We all got unplugged. No internet, no cell phone, no nothing. And my kids, they played in the creek. We went on little hikes. We did, you know, a couple little adventure type of things. We went and seen a couple places, and the rest of the time you're sleeping at night. The beds weren't the most comfortable in the world, but the last 2 nights there, we had to start a fire in the fireplace and burn a fire in the wood stove and the cook stove to stay warm. And it was fun. It was a little adventure like that. So I'd encourage you, if you've never done something like that, find off-grid cabins or pioneer cabins in your area. Again, this one's up in Randolph County, up outside of Huttonsville on the way towards Snowshoe. It's called Cumbrebo State Forest. And there's a beautiful little stream runs down through there. There's a big waterfall there. It's called Mills Creek Falls. What an adventure. It was absolutely great. We had a blast. But, you know, people look at that as something that, you know, it just completely ruins them. They can't function. And when we get something like, you know, if we're going to get the winter that they're telling us we're going to get this year, and that the Old Farmer's Almanac is saying we're going to get, and Ryan Hall y'all says we're going to get, a lot of people are going to get rude awakenings, because that's just how it goes. You're going to lose power. You know, you're not going to be able to go out and drive. And God, you live in West Virginia, you think you know how to drive in snow, but most people don't know how to. But, you know, hardships, you have to be ready for that kind of stuff. Keep some bottled water, keep some dry goods, keep some good, shelf-stable foods and stuff like that. When things get tough, get a little LED lantern, turn on a couple, or light a couple oil lamps and stuff. Just keep those set aside and have that stuff ready. Have a little emergency radio. You know, you can get all these little battery packs that you can charge up, and it'll charge a cell phone 6 times. So, you know, you have all that capability there. I mean, even with the technology that we have today, it makes things like that a lot less uncomfortable. Okay. So just always good emergency preparedness. And I'll talk about that, or even touch on that in just about every video that I do, because it's amazing to see. I won't say that I'm surprised by it, because I've seen it for so long, but it just still amazes me the amount of people who just don't take good basic emergency preparedness to heart, and, you know, really do something to make their hardship a little less when things like that happen. But anyways, so sorry for a delay. We were on vacation and just been busy getting things done. And the pigs, they're running and chasing. They're getting their exercise. They're a joy. They really are. If you've never had pigs and you have the ability to get pigs, I'm going to tell you to get them. They are hysterical. They'll come running back here in a minute. Oh well. They're fun. They're enjoyable to watch. They're very comical, and all you need is T-posts, and you can get by with even 1 strand, but we do 2 strands, and you can put a pig on some property, and that way you can enjoy them. So, like I said, there's just been a lot going on. That's why the videos have been kind of sparse. I do apologize for it. Probably going to be another more than a week or so before I get another video out, unless something happens where, you know, I can pop a video on real quick and kind of show you guys something. But that's just how it is. I mean, you got a full-time job. You do this when you're not working. When you're not working your paying job, you know. So that's what we're doing. I'll keep you guys posted on it. You know, if this is the first time you've seen this channel, seen one of my videos, please like and subscribe, or dislike. I don't care. Leave me a comment. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you think. Give me some ideas for some future videos. I'll try to get some of the process of the fence building in play, you know, on here and everything like that. It's really simple. There's nothing hard about it, but evidently people like to see people building stuff. I promise you I'm not an expert, but I'll keep them coming here. But like I said, this is the time of year where we're trying to catch up on everything, because fall is coming. It's about 64 degrees out here right now. The sun's going down. It's supposed to get down to the 40s again tonight. So the weather's changing pretty quick, and you know, so we're kind of busting our butts trying to get things done. But anyways, just please get and stay prepared. Stay free. Take care, and God bless y'all.